Welcome to FBTV. This is Bruce Towers, and you are about to meet Veda Wood, the real estate selling machine.
I guarantee all of my services to my clients in writing. I guarantee that if I don't have your home sold in 89 days or less at your price, I will buy the home or take over your mortgage payment.
How are you doing that here in Atlanta, Georgia, with what's going on in real estate?
Outside of the box marketing, I like to put my money where my mouth is and work under pressure, so I don't want to buy your house. So what does that mean? I have to spend more money marketing, meet more people to get in front of your home, get more people qualified to purchase your home through your property. And if I can't make the homes or have the home sell in 89 days or less, I'll buy it or guarantee that I'll take over your mortgage payment so that you can move on and purchase another property.
Have you ever had to buy a house under those conditions?
I purchased a couple of homes actually. I had a gentleman that he said, I like your guaranteed price. We came up with the price together, he and I, and he didn't want to wait 89 days. He needed to get somewhere else. So we came up with a plan. I said, well, here's what I'll do. I'll pay X dollars for this house, give me 45 days. If somebody else comes along and pays more, take that one. He said, I don't want that. I like your price, give it to me. I bought it, we won, put it back on the market, resold it. He moved, I moved, it was great.
Right, because you know if it goes beyond the 89 days, no problem, you buy it. And you know, with how good you are, that it's going to sell eventually.
Absolutely.
You're not going to be holding them back. Where'd you learn to do that? Did you come up with yourself?
No, I can't take credit for it. I study other successful realtors throughout the country, so I tried to be one of the ones here in Atlanta to take that on and to actually back it up. You know, there are a couple other people that have tried it, but they're trying to buy homes at 60% of the value. Anybody can sell a house at that value. I give my clients as much equity as possible out of their home.
Can you tell us about your history in the industry?
About 13 years here in Metro Atlanta. I moved here prior to the Olympics in the 90s and I started in real estate here and have done that full time the entire time. I am licensed. This is my livelihood and I don't do anything else other than sell real estate here in the Metro Atlanta area.
Am I correct in remembering some charming story of your childhood, like looking at houses? Like, when did that start?
Yes, that's funny. My very first client was my little brother. I was 7, he was 2. I used to drive him around in my play little car and sell him my doll houses. And we'd go to the grocery store and get the Homes magazines. And I'd look at pictures of houses and cut them out and cut and paste. I was doing this as a young child.
What counties, what towns?
Cobb, North Fulton, and Cherokee counties, which are on the north side of Atlanta here. But I do have a full service team and we service all of Metro Atlanta.
Do you typically attract more sellers or buyers?
I would be considered more of a seller's agent. Now, I do work with them when they replace their home as buyers. So I physically work with the sellers and then get their home sold, and then they get in my car and I find them another home to replace that with. But having a full service team, I do have agents on my team that specifically work with buyers. So we service buyers and sellers.
What can you say to the folks out there who've got houses on the market, they're not selling, and they've never seen conditions like this before?
When your listing expires, not before, give me a call. I can be reached anytime at 770-926-0101 or of course on the web at vedawood.com. All my services are explained on my website.
Now, why the stipulation when it expires? That's just ethical. It's contracted with somebody else.
I don't want to step on another realtor's toes. If they have a home listed, I'm certainly not trying to take a listing away from them. They worked hard for that, and I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. But once it expires, and if they haven't had any success, I'd like them to give me a chance and let me show them what I could do and guarantee my services to them.
What are the top few things you would advise any seller listening or watching right now that, hey, you got to have these in order clearly first?
I would definitely say make sure that your realtor is full service or a full-time agent as well. You don't want someone that is so niched that they only work with a finite consumer and then they don't attract those buyers. Because I work with sellers generally in the $200,000 to $500,000 price range, I have a plethora of buyers that are constantly looking at my website trying to find those homes. So
because you're affiliated with a full service team?
I am a full service team, so we offer buyer agency, seller agency. We work with everyone from first time buyers to luxury home buyers. Make sure your home is magazine perfect. The quicker your home sells, the less you'll have to do that. I love to tell you this one about a buyer that I helped. It was a husband and wife and 2 children. And the husband had one style of home, the wife had another style of home. It took them 3 years with another agent to look for property, and they were just discouraged. So I listened to what it was that they wanted. I showed them properties, and within 3 months, I was able to find them a home that they loved so much that they sent me a Spa Sedell gift certificate. So I was like, wow, they try to outdo my closing gift to them. So it was really, really, really nice.
And their belief level, where was that when they started talking with you? Like, what's this Ms. Wood going to be able to do that no one else will be able to do?
Exactly. We've seen every home already. We already know what's out there. And so, yes, you have not worked with me. I preview properties before wasting their time bringing them out. Took them out one time, was able to hear and see and tell how they walk through homes and some of the things that they beamed about and some of the features that they really liked. And then while they were at work, I would go around looking at properties, and then I narrowed them down to a few that I thought they'd be interested in. Took them out the second time. They said, you know what? You really know the style home that we like. Every time that I took them out, now they had to decide, well, which one of these houses do I want? Versus, we can't find anything that we like.
Tell me a story where you crawled over glass to make sure you made your customer happy.
Well, this will be a great one. I crawled over glass, barbed wire, fought a lion. Had a lady, perfect credit on the start. All of this happened to her in a 3-month period. Lost a husband, car accident, medical bills, all kinds of problems. So from there, she wasn't able to work, lost her job. She had a son getting ready to graduate from high school, and the goal was to put him in college. College money was like nowhere to be found. So she called me. She knew about my guarantee services. She said, Veda, I don't know what to do. I'm about to lose my home. I haven't made a mortgage payment in these 3 months. And the bank's calling me, and the investors are calling me. All these people are calling me. We sat down. I got all of her financials out. I prepared a short sale package. I negotiated on her behalf with the bank. The bank not only allowed her not to make mortgage payments, but they did not foreclose on her. She was able to move to another place. We were able to sell the home to someone else. They got a great deal because the bank took a lower payoff, and she didn't end up having to make up the difference. So she was elated that she was able to unravel some of this travesty that went through her life.
Your website.
Have all kinds of wonderful free information, as well as an opportunity to sign up for a newsletter. And our newsletter is great because it gives you up-to-date information as what's going on with the feds and the interest rates, as well as how to get your home sold or staged, or if you want to sell it yourself. If you're a buyer, you can search all the homes for sale in Metro Atlanta directly on my site. Okay. So you can put in the 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, basement, 2 acres, whatever it is that you want. You can go ahead and look on my site and search all the properties for sale on my site. And if you're a seller, you can find free home selling tips there, or what the home down the street in your neighborhood sold for, so you can get a good idea of what your home may sell for.
Veda Wood, the real estate selling machine.